I want to grow and thrive too. I just had to do it differently, so we settled on Texas. And when I was in Texas, like, just the energy was different. It's the right amount of cities, it's the right amount of nature. We found this big open space, 4,000 square feet, and just a giant shell. If you look at it, you go into the space, it's like, it's that.
It's so easy to set goals, to put your mind towards something, to visualize, to plan, to set all these things into action. It takes so much more. It's difficult enough as it is, but when you get into life and things start to hit you in the face, you start to come through with adversity, when you come through with obstacles, with challenges, that's when it really starts to test you. That's when you figure out your worth. That's when you figure out who you are. And when you can push through those obstacles, when you can climb through those barriers, then you can finally start to see the person that you're capable of becoming. Too much kindness breeds a lack of accountability. I suffer with that. I try to be kind, I try to be compassionate, but what that does, it does a disservice to the people that are around you. You have to apply compassion, you have to apply compression to allow them to grow. You have to be honest with them. That's what that means, loving lies. You have to tell people like it is. You have to learn how to be direct.
Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, but winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy.
I get it. You don't want to be around people that are going to challenge you. You don't want to do the work. You don't want to look inside. It's too painful. The outside is too painful for you. Look in the mirror, look within. You'll find the solution to all your problems. Don't run from it.
I've only had 2 hours of sleep, but I'm the most awake that I've ever been. Like, I'm just so inspired. Like, and it's not even just inspired as if like I'm just thinking and dreaming. Like, there are things that are actually taking place, and like my life is just changing dramatically right now. It's just by being in close proximity to people who are just elevating so much better.
From cooking up.
Plates over there. See the 2-plate crew. Yeah. You have to do uncomfortable things. I was never really comfortable in the gym. I used to be the small guy. But then I started coming to the gym, and it gives you the sense of confidence. It gives you clarity. Like, exercise is all about the mental part. The physical, that's just the representation of what's going on inside. If you got a strong body, you've got a strong mind. It allows you to start your day right, work through all the negative emotions, and it sets you up to get through the days with a bunch of wins. I mean, look at this, how could you not win when you're doing this in the beginning of the day? challenge people, and challenging is not a bad thing. I used to take challenges as like an offense, but it makes you grow. It forces you to level up. I just made him do as many as he could past failure. I've never felt worse after a workout. You may be tired, your legs may be on fire, but it fucking sets you up for the day. Man, how could you not be proud of the man you're becoming?
You can still have purpose and do what you're called to do, but if you do that and neglect the family because of the purpose, your son is going to grow up the same way that you did. But you have to do things a little bit differently than your dad did so your son doesn't end up like you. Everything in life that happens is a pattern of what is going on, and I find the same thing with my dad, with me, and with my kids. And when I see the synchronicities, I'm like, fuck, this is what it means. This is one of the most powerful books that I've read. And in December, I read this book, maybe about halfway, and it got to a particular place. I bookmarked it and I put it down. It was almost just too much for me. 6 months later, I picked it back up, shortly before my son was born. And when I looked to see what the quote said, it says, if you're not it, then bow the fuck out and come back when you realign yourself. That line hit home for me. That line made me realize that I was living not in alignment with who I really wanted to be, with who I really needed to be. So I ended up just changing everything. I had to leave all of the bad habits behind. I had to recreate myself to become the new version, the highest self that I could be, and take the direct path to get there. This version of me that you see right now and where I'm going would not be possible without Wes Watson in this book. You need to get this one. It's gonna change your life forever.